Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in these very beautiful words of the Orchis Yosher as he describes to us the great mitzvah of Gemilas Chasadim, of doing acts of kindness. And he writes today famous words and more so. As it says in the Mishnah of Amr al Shloisha Dvar Ma'ilam Ayman, the world stands on three things: on Torah, on the learning of Torah, Ve'al Ha'avodah, on the service of Hashem, which is very much related to our prayers, Ve'al Gimilus Chasadim, and on the acts of kindness. So tantamount to Torah study and to tefillah and to our prayers is acts of kindness. A person should never let a day go by where he doesn't learn, where he doesn't daven, and where he doesn't do, where she doesn't do Gimilus Chasadim, acts of kindness. Further he writes, V'amru, says in the Gemara, Torah Techilasa Gemilas Chasadim. The beginning of the Torah is with Gemilas Chasadim, acts of kindness. The Seifa, and the end of the Torah is Gemilas Chasadim, is acts of kindness. And the Gemara expounds, what is the beginning act of kindness? That is after the initial sin of Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve, where they ate from the tree of Das, of knowledge of good and evil when they weren't supposed to. And they realized at that moment that they were bare, that they weren't wearing any clothes, they were naked. So what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu come and do? He clothed them. He made clothing for them, and He put it on them to conceal their embarrassment and their nakedness. And that's the first act of kindness. The last act of kindness that Hashem did, Moshe Rabbeinu, our great leader Moshe, passes from this world. Who is the one that is busy with his burial? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who buries him. We see two profound ideas from this. Number one, the first act of kindness. HaKadosh Baruch Hu had every reason in the world to be angry and upset, disappointed and frustrated with Adam and Chava, with Adam and Eve. They violated the one commandment that He gave them that they're not allowed to do. They disavowed His word, and they engaged in a sinful act. As a result of that, their consequence was they lost their levels of kedusha, of holiness, of purity, and they saw themselves as naked, not as spiritual entities as they did before. They were embarrassed. Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could have taken out His wrath. He could have taken, I guess we would say, revenge, or He could have bared a grudge against them. And He said, you did this to yourself. I'll let you live in your shame and your embarrassment. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that's not what Chesed is. Chesed is when even though you are upset with a person, even though you're not comfortable with what this person has done, but if they need something and they're lacking and you're the one that can fulfill their need, then you are obligated to do Gemilas Chasadim. You go and you give to them what it is that they need. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu teaches us that from the very beginning of time. Although He could have held it against them, He saw that they were lacking, and He did a mitzvah, Gemilas Chasadim, acts of kindness. And the last act of Chesed, which is the burial of Moshe Rabbeinu, so that's what we call a Chesed Shel Emes. It's an act of kindness, of ultimate truth. What is the ultimate truth? That Moshe is not going to be able to repay the Chesed that Hashem does from burying him, because he's no longer in this world. Often we do acts of kindness because we know if I do good for him, he'll do good for me. If I drive him to where he has to go, one day he'll drive me. If I help him with this, he'll end up helping me with something else. That's not why we do chesed. We do chesed because we're supposed to do chesed. We help people because we're supposed to help people. We give to others because we're supposed to give to others. We learn from Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives and gives and gives to us all day long. What do we ever really repay Him? We give Him a lot of nachas. Maybe if we're lucky, we give Him a little bit of nachas. But we give Him a lot of heartache and a lot of pain and a lot of worry as well. Even though Hashem doesn't worry, but we give him reason to worry and to be frustrated with us. But He continues to give us life. He gives us breath. He lets us walk. He lets us talk. He puts money in our bank. He gives us families and children and health and jobs and everything else, the beautiful world that we're in. Hashem gives and gives and gives and gives, even though what we give back to Him is minimal. Hashem teaches us with Moshe Rabbeinu, even though the one who has departed will not be able to give you anything, you still do chesed, you do kindness with them. Okay, we'll leave here for today as we go into the world of goodness, the world of truth, the world of Shabbos, Be'ez Hashem, where where all of the noise that continually buzzes in our ears during the week, it shuts down. It gives us a great opportunity just to commune together with Hashem, to recognize all of the chesed that He does for us, and hopefully inspire us to do more chesed in the up and coming week. Wishing everyone a wonderful day and a good Shabbos.